Hello everyone, my name is Shine. Today, I'll be reacting to 투포케이, Bonnie, and Clyde. Now, normally in my videos, I usually talk about like how long I've liked, if I know these guys, how long I've followed them, if I have any experiences with them, but I'm gonna save all that till after the reaction. I have a list right here of about 9 or so topics that I want to talk about because that's what I like to do in my videos. If you are new, I like to talk about things that concern the group, especially if I've known them for a while. So that's kind of a hint with how long I've been with this guys, but again, I'll get to that in a minute. So without further ado, this is 투포케이 with Bonnie and Clyde. Oh, I have heard this song though. Dream concert. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. for that. That's all I'm gonna say. So anyway, without again further ado, this is 투포케이 with Bonnie and Clyde. Hey! I wonder if this will connect to like the Only You Are bingo era. Forgot how lit this song was. Woo! Breakdown though. Dude, that girl is so freaking pretty though. Hold up. Ah! Kiyong! Woof! Oh, I love that! Kiyong. Ooh! Kiyong! Ooh! I forgot how lit this song was. Like I said, I did hear this at the Dream concert. That was like a few weeks ago, and because of time zone differences, that played at like, what was it, 2 in the morning for me, like 2, 3 in the morning. So I was turning up at 2 and 3 in the morning, and I forgot how lit this song was though. I absolutely love it. So like I said in the beginning, with my content, reaction video wise, I always like to talk about things regarding the groups that I react to, mainly because I'm usually, like 90% of the time I react to something on here, I am a fan of that group. So some of them I've been with it for a long time, some of them I haven't. So to start off, for those who do not know 24K, I'll introduce them a little bit. They debuted in 2012. They have been around for 6 years. They've actually had a few lineup changes since 2012. Our current lineup is Corey, Jungkook, Jinhong, oh my gosh, see if I can remember this, Changsung, Hongsub, Kiyong, and technically Kisu and Songo. Except Kisu and Songo are technically, well, right now, not technically, they are. They're on a military hiatus, which means they are, well, Kisu hasn't enlisted yet, but he will be enlisting soon, which is why he's not in this comeback. And Songo has been in the military for like a year now. He should be discharging soon. Not sure when, but whenever he does get discharged, I guess we're just like wait and see if he'll rejoin 24K or if he'll go separate ways. So that's 24K as of right now. I have personally been a fan of them since 2015. I have actually no idea how I stumbled upon them. Zero. I can't remember how I stumbled upon them, but I know it was during the Superfly era of 2015. That's all I remember. I remember I'm like 50% sure it was maybe because of Corey. Like I've heard him speak English somewhere, or like on radio or something, and I was like, who is this guy? I looked him up and probably found Superfly, and I was like, yo, this is lit, and decided to check him out. Also, 24K has been known to, they have done their own thing since debut, which what I mean by that is they've produced their own stuff, they mix their own stuff, they write their own lyrics, they do a lot of the choreography themselves. So they've been doing that for a long time. And if to put in perspective how much, I guess, their lineup has changed since 2012, just for those again who are new, Corey and Kisu are the only two original members left. That's all I'm gonna say about like the lineup and everything. So yeah, so that's for anyone who is new to them. Let's see, I talked about Superfly. I saw one of the members when I was in Korea. I am mad at myself for not getting a picture with him, but I did see one of the members when I was in Korea, and it sucked because it was actually my last day in Korea, and I was out and about, just exploring before I got to leave. So when I was in Korea, this was last year in July. I usually hung out around Hongdae or Myeongdong. On my last day, I decided to go to Hongdae because there was a dance group that I wanted, a busking dance group that I wanted to see for the last time, and just hang out there until I had to go back to my dorm that night. So the group was a group called PMP. They were fairly new when I found them, and whatnot. They covered 24K's Superfly, and then they were done and all that, and I noticed someone came running up to one of the members. I think the member that was friends with the member that I saw is no longer in the group. I know PMP has some lineup changes since I've last seen them. But anyway, I saw that person, run up to one of the members at the time, and I look over, and I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that Jinhong from 24K? And I was like, nah. And I was, filming at the same time, but then I look over again just to make sure, and I was like, oh my god, that is Jinhong. And I was like so mad at myself because, like, one, it's Jinhong of 24K, and I was like, beyond shocked. I'm looking for the photo right now. Here it is. You can see this on my Instagram. But yeah, I was like, oh my god, that is Jinhong of 24K. He was out and about. I wanted to go up and just be like, excuse me, can I take a photo with you? I'm a fan. But one, I was too shy because, well, there's two reasons. I was shy, and second of all, I didn't know Korean. I didn't want to, and plus he was talking to his friends, so I didn't want to interrupt them. So I'm kind of sad at that now. Also, if you're still with me at this point, thank you. This is going to be a very long talking session because, like I said in the beginning, I have 9 topics that I kind of want to go over with T4K, and this is just me wanting to talk things out because this is what I usually do in my videos. So, yes. And this is just, everything I say here is just going to be like my opinions as someone who's been a fan for 3 years. So, first things first, I am going to talk about the recent news that came out just a week or two prior to their comeback announcement, or no, like a week or two after their comeback announcement, and that was the fact that they were on Park Geun-hye's however you pronounce her name, blacklist. If you guys don't know what that was, basically the former president before Moon Jae-in had a blacklist that that prevented people from going on just going on TV basically, and prevented a lot of activities and whatnot, because they did not like her, they didn't support her or anything. With T4K, they actually participated in President Moon Jae-in's campaign song or something like that. So they're the only idol group that was on that blacklist. And I was shocked. And it actually explained a lot of things. Because, usually, I'm trying to be careful here because a lot of this is just again, everything is my own opinion. This is coming from someone who's been a fan for 3 years now. So I don't know how people who have been fans for longer feel. So, yes. Anyway. What I think, with activity-wise, figuring out the schedules and everything, and whatnot, rely on the company. And, a lot of us are mad at the company, at first for, not getting them on shows and anything, or, not pushing their Korean promotions. But now that we know that they're on the blacklist, that explains a lot. However, personally, I still do not have trust in the company. Due to various reasons, I'm sure a lot of people might have the same feelings as me, some people might not, but again, my opinion. That's all I'm going to say about that, is just that at least now we know that there was a reason why they weren't able to go on shows a lot, up until now, and I really hope that now that, I hope it's still not affecting the blacklist is not still in effect, but if it, I just hope that they will be able to promote more in Korea now. They've definitely the team itself has had a long 6 years and just a lot of hardships within that 6 years, and that explains why they always go overseas. Excuse me. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. So, I'm looking at my phone. Obviously, I've mentioned that Kisoo, one of the members, is enlisting. I guess he probably got his draft notice as soon as they finalized a lot of the things regarding this comeback. I know they did a Make Star project, so it was probably after almost everything was finalized and whatnot. So he actually was originally in the song, but I guess because of the draft, they decided to not have him in there, but I know Corey dropped, I think it was one of the I want to say original, maybe guide or something, that I still have yet to listen to. But for some reason, a lot of people think he might leave after he's done with his enlistment. I don't know, it's something that I've seen a lot on my Twitter timeline, and obviously I am concerned too because they did add Kiyong, who I'll get to in a little bit. They did add Kiyong just immediately after they announced. Well, what the company basically did was yeah, Kisoo's enlisting, but we're also adding a new member. Is basically what they did, and we're just what? But obviously that was probably again planned prior because the draft notice definitely got probably sent in between maybe final preparations and whatnot. Definitely happened in between the preparatory process basically. But yeah, like I said, a lot of people think he is leaving for some reason, and I personally do not. I feel like he is like a huge core part of 24K, and like there's definitely going to be something missing while he is gone. How do I want to say this? This is like a rough subject because, you know, these, like I said, these guys have gone through a few lineup changes since their debut. Obviously, yeah, like I said, Corey and Kisu are the only two original members left. They're definitely like the core part of 24K, and like if any one of them is missing, I feel like there is going to be like something missing, even, you know, just that feeling basically. But like I said, I personally don't think he will. Just because he has so much love for like T4Us, he has a lot of love for T4K. So that's just what I think. Again, people are entitled to their opinions. But I'm really happy to. I just remembered. Kisu also has a solo in the album called 2 For You. And I want to listen to it. I don't know if I want to make a reaction video to it or if I'll just listen to it on my own. But I know I'm probably going to cry regardless. So I definitely have to listen to that. But yeah, Kisu is enlisting. I really do hope that when he does enlist, he comes back to us healthy. He serves well, and that he'll safely, I guess, how do I want to put this? He'll serve safely and well, and that when he comes back, he is back to us healthy and hopefully happy. I would really love to see him again, so I really hope he just takes care of himself while he is in the army. Okay, I am like halfway through my list. Obviously the members minus, I'll get to Kiyong in a minute. Obviously the members did go on, it was like basically the current lineup minus Kiyong went on Mix 9. To be fair, that actually tore me, like tore my heart into pieces. I watched that, I bawled, you know, because like I said, the team means so much to me, and to see them go through what they have gone through in the past few years, you know, to finally see them on like a show, and to see like the fact that, you know, how do I want to put this? Most groups sometimes go on there and they're more about, you know, making themselves like individually stand out. But like with 2-4K, I felt like, I mean, this is not all groups that went on there, but I feel like 2-4K showed it more with the fact that they're not going on there for themselves. They're going there for the team, and that's what really, like, I guess you can say, like, really broke my heart. It was just like they could have. This is weird to say. I don't know. I guess like normally you would try to stand out a lot more when it comes to those kind of shows, but like 2-4K showed a lot of teamwork and a lot of camaraderie with them on that show, and I know that they went. Their name was searched. Like their name was like #1 on Neighbor search. And whatnot. So I'm hoping that after Mix 9, the amount of eyes that are now on them, I really hope that they do get more recognition in Korea. Because I feel like they are like fairly. Actually, no, that's kind of a no. I would hate to say this, but I wouldn't think that they were too popular in Korea. They're more well known internationally, and I say this because, like I said, if you saw, I showed you the photos of Jin Hong. He was out there with a mask, without a mask. I mean, you know, like a face mask, like most celebrities would wear. And when his friend was like, who was like, do you guys know who that was? I was gonna shout out 2-4K, but then I realized, like, I was, like I said, like I was too shy to do that kind of stuff, and I wish I did. But like no one answered. I hate this experience. That's what broke my heart the most, was when I saw Jin Hong and 2-4K was just like, or Jin Hong from 2-4K in Hongdae. I can't speak right now because I have a lot of things on my mind right now. But it was the fact that nobody knew him. I was probably the only person sitting watching PMP who actually knew Two4K. So that experience, just seeing that, just really broke my heart. Like, a lot of people do cover Superfly in Hongdae, which is really impressive. I've heard that at least 3 times while walking down there. But I don't think a lot of people actually know the singer, so that kind of broke my heart then. But I really hope that they can have more opportunities in Korea. You know, the Blacklist definitely explained why they weren't able to go on a lot of shows, or any shows actually. They haven't, like, they've only like promoted on music shows. I haven't seen any like shows they've been on, like TV wise and whatnot. So I really hope they do get more opportunities to go on variety shows and whatnot. And yes, okay, I have like 3 more topics to go over, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. If you're still here with me, thank you so much for listening to my ramblings. I know I messed up a lot. A lot of this is definitely not going to get cut out, so this is 100% me, 100% my opinions. Again, I am someone who is a fan of 3 years, and this is what I like to do on my channel, is just like voice opinions that I might have and concerns that I might have with the group that I am reacting to, mainly because like a lot of them I do follow, I am a fan of, and like I have usually a lot of concerns regarding, you know, how they are, some issues that I might have regarding stuff around them and whatnot. So anyway, Dream Concert, I mentioned that I did watch that. I think the red carpet was at like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I stayed up for that because that was also our chance to see Kiyong for the first time. Kiyong is going to be who I talk about last, so because he is just such a cutie pie. I'll save everything about him in a minute. So yeah, that was the first. I stayed up mainly because it was the first time we'd be seeing Kiyong. Also to hear Bonnie and Clyde, which was really lit. But I felt it was raining too, so I was really concerned. I think I saw Kiyong slip once, so I really hope he's okay. And anyone else who slipped during their performance, I really hope that they are okay too. Now, it's been a couple of weeks. People were saying that they could hear Kisu in the MR, and I wouldn't doubt that because I'm not sure if they really had time to maybe like switch it out or whatnot. Like, I don't know how close it was from him getting his draft notice to like Dream Concert. Like, I don't know how much time they would have had to prepare before that. So I wouldn't like I said, it was like 3 in the morning, so I was just like out of it. So I could hear it, but like I couldn't really not hear it. Like, I was in this state of like barely awake when I was watching it. So, but like I said, I wouldn't doubt it because I don't know how close the draft notice was compared to when they were practicing for Dream Concert, if they had enough time to maybe switch out the MRs and whatnot. But a lot of people were complaining, you know, Kisu should have been there, you know, but whether it was the company's decision to not have him there or Kisu's own decision, I feel like it was maybe better that he wasn't there. Obviously, it would have been nice to see the full team perform Bonnie and Clyde, but then I think because it was their first stage for this song, it is the first stage for this song, so if they do it with Kisu and then suddenly not have him there for promotions, new fans, if they gained any at Dream Concert, might be confused. And plus, this was probably a way for them to get used to, I hate that phrase, but get used to that lineup, because it was the first stage of this song, so it was just, you know, letting people see that new lineup and whatnot. Okay, and last two more things. Again, thank you if you're listening to me ramble. Again, this are opinions of someone who's been a fan of 3 years. I usually do this because this is what I like to do, because a lot of the people that I react to I'm actually a fan of, and I usually have a lot of concerns with some of them, if there are concerns to be had. If not, I normally just like talk about the song and whatnot. But Two4K is a team that I have a lot of affection for the past 3 years. and you know, seeing a lot that has happened since then. It's just like I want to talk about everything that's happened and whatnot. So I think the one thing that really concerns me is just both Corey and Jungkook, because they've been this for a very long time. They've seen people come and go. Jungkook himself has come into the group. He was, in case anybody has forgotten or isn't aware, he was actually the youngest at some point, and that still like surprises me every time I go back. But yeah, but it seems like because they've been in this for a while, they're the two that are most likely to like voice their complaints on stuff. Like either they throw out shady tweets or they just like, well, it's mostly shady stuff, like indirect tweets basically, like that voice their concerns, and I'm like really concerned, I guess you can say. Especially for Corey, because he's been the leader for 6 years now, and he's carried a lot of burdens, and like he's definitely the one who's more outspoken about a lot of things. And I'm really worried because like I've heard that he's been stressed lately, and like you know, after their promotions they're going overseas again, and whatnot. So like I'm really concerned about obviously not just Corey and Jungkook's well-being, but the rest of the team's well-being. As I always am with a lot of my groups, but more so with 2-4-K. I just hope that they're taking care of themselves as best as they can, and whatnot. So, yeah. I guess that's all I have for like a lot of the concerns that I have and whatnot. So lastly, I want to talk about our Kiyong. So Kiyong is the newest addition to 2-4-K. He is our new youngest. He was born in 1999, and I want to cry because he's 3 years younger than me. I'm still getting slightly used to like having Junhong and who is it, Hongso, younger than me, and technically actually Changsung too, because I'm a day older than Changsung. It's Changsung, and anyway, when I remember when Kiyong was announced, all we got was his name, and like all of us were whipped. We're just like, who is this kid, and is he older or younger? And a lot of us were just like, we have to face our fear. 2-4-U's, we have to face our fear of Hong Sub-hyung. And I'm just like, wait, what if there's a plot twist and it was just like Kiyong Hyung, and I'm like, oh my god. But obviously, like I said, he is born in 1999. So he is just the cutest little thing. Honestly, like when I saw, like that's the reason, like I said, why I stayed up for a dream concert was because I wanted to see Kiyong, what he'll look like, and see how well he will do with 2-4-K on the stage. And oh my god, I was just like, yo, we need to make a protection squad for this kid. And I know a lot of us want to do that too, just make a protection squad for Kiyong. He's just a precious little kid that he's actually, I think he's like this close of replacing my bias in 2-4-K, which is actually funny enough. Jungkook, he's like this close of like replacing him as my bias. But I legitimately nearly screamed at like 2 in the morning when Kiyong came out. It was like his cheeks. And then obviously when the group photos came out, there was like all the boys were like looking tough and whatnot, and then there's little Kiyong with a little smile on his face. I'm just like, oh my god, we need to protect this kid. So obviously I am absolutely smitten with Kiyong. I want to welcome him to the family. A lot of us are more than willing to protect you, as we have for 2-4-K. Obviously you are part of our family now, and I really hope that he takes care of himself, little kid. I'm calling him little kid because he's 3 years younger than me, so yeah, all in all, I'm like completely smitten with Kiyong. Definitely, he's just so adorable, and just like, I just can't get over how fluffy his cheeks are. That's the only thing that I cannot get over. It's just like, I want to meet him and I want to pinch his cheeks if I could. But yeah, all in all, I know I talked a lot. This video's probably like 15, maybe 20 minutes long already. So again, I really love the song. I remember